How do you create a really good, compelling upsell? How do you create an offer that they can't refuse? How do you create a presentation, whether it's online, offline, through a sales video, through a webinar, and have your audience hanging on your every word so that they would want to invest in whatever it is that you have to offer. Now in this session, I'm literally gonna take you behind the scenes. It's kind of like having front row seats seated right here while I did this coaching session where my audiences, they paid a lot of money to be there, and you get to see exactly how do you actually create this upsell? If you got a lead, what needs to happen next? What are the kind of things you need to do and what are the kind of things you need to avoid in order to create this upsell? Let's begin. Nasser is back. We had him a while back and he submitted some really good questions. Nasser, are you over here?
Yeah, right here.
For the people that might not be on the call that you were on the last time, let's begin. Same thing. Who do you serve and what is the result you generate?
Well, we serve home gardeners based in the Middle East, and we teach them, step by step how to start a home garden to grow organic vegetables. And it's without the guesswork, and we can do that because I'm a professional organic farmer, so I do it, commercially for a living, and I've set up 2 organic farms in the region.
And what would you like to get out of this session that you feel will help you get unstuck?
I think that, the first offer, which was the checklist offer, right, the opt-in, was a good success. We had 50% conversion. We spent 30 cents per registration via Facebook ads. For our first paid offer, which is called the Blueprint, which is a step-by-step detail sort of instruction for how to plan your garden, how to plant your garden, how to care for your vegetables, all that kind of stuff. But that hasn't been selling as easily as I, had expected. So far, we started about 2 weeks ago. We have like 25 sales. And there's a bump up offer that's an interactive sort of Excel sheet where people just need to plug in, how many family members they have and when they would like to start gardening, and the Excel sheet will pop out how many, lettuce to plant and when to plant it. The bump up offer is around $27. About 50% or 60% go for the bump up. And we've been doing everything, from email marketing, our 2,500 contact database. I ran a Facebook ad, but I was disheartened by the results. So, I put a stop to that. On the whole, I'd like to look at the funnel with you, get some feedback, and then see if we can tweak it a little.
Okay, so the thing that I would like to train all of you guys on right now is to always, again, to identify what is the weakest link. If we have got 25 sales at $97 so far, in order for us to conclude if the issue, if the offer, if the funnel, if the traffic, in order to decide which one is the issue, we have to know how much does it cost Nasser to get these 25 sales at $97 that resulted in approximately $2,500 that doesn't take into account the order bump yet, right? Why? It is because, okay, I want you to start thinking about this, right? If let's say it costs Nasser $1,000 to get $2,500 in sales, then we know we don't have to look at the offer or the funnel, because now for every $1,000 we spend, we are getting back $2,500 in return, and therefore we just want to send more traffic over. However, if Nasser is spending say $5,000 in order to get $2,500 in sales, then it's not a traffic problem. If Nasser has 25 sales at $97 and the offer bump converts at 60%, do we need to look at the offer on the offer bump and make a tweak and see if we need to improve it? Guys, let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Let me know in the chat right now. Okay, Nasser, what do you think? Do you think we need to look at the order bump?
I mean, I wouldn't prioritize it.
Yeah, so it's not a priority, right? Things can always be improved. We always just want to establish if it's a priority. Good. The thing that I like to, because you said you discontinued the ad campaign, correct?
Yeah, I stopped it.
What was the main reason that made you go, you know what, this thing is not worth continuing?
I don't know, like I saw so many people coming to the site, and not converting. I felt, maybe they thought the price was too high, and so I needed to build, more value for it to them. Like I need to make that impression for them. They need to see that it's high value, so I need to spend more effort doing that. Or I need to nurture them more, right? So have more touch points. And that's why I thought about the webinar. I don't know. Like, I don't feel I want to put people off, pitching to them and then not converting. Like, I'd rather, pitch to them when they're ready and then have them convert.
Okay, so I think the question comes down to this, right? If today you could spend $1,000 and you get back $1,150 in sales, of which $150 in net profit, would you go ahead with it, or would you not want that day to happen?
You're asking me? No. I mean that's sort of what's happening here. So no.
Correct. So, and the thing that I guess I'm trying to get you to do differently is to show you that if you could spend $1,000 and get a list of 3,000 emails and yet be profitable because now you have built a list for free, that is actually a huge win. Because now what you've essentially done is you just found an avenue to build a list for free. So the way to confidently scale is just to be really, really aware of our numbers. And a way to be aware of our numbers is the two most important numbers that we must know in our business. So based on Nasser's numbers here, okay, so do you know what is your cost to acquire a customer? CPA, cost to acquire a customer, cost per acquisition. Any idea?
So, overall,
yeah,
it's the total spend divided by 25.
What Nasser has spent is you spent $750 plus $200 plus $200. So that would be 1,150. Now, normally with your Facebook tracking, you should be able to tell. Roughly, okay, it cost us $46 to acquire a sale. Raise your hand if you understand how to calculate this number. Okay, good. Okay, so at the same time, we got to ask ourselves, what's the average cart value? How much is an average customer worth to us? Nasser, do you know roughly what this number is?
110.
So, how can we increase how much a customer is worth? By having upsells, downsells, back-end application funnels, webinar funnels, so that the percentage of people buy this will also buy this. Nasser, the question here would be, what do you think that might be?
So the next step on the funnel, the blueprint is essentially a written guide. So it's all text, there's a lot of images, but there isn't a video, to actually show people how the soil is prepared. I explain it to you, it's in written form. So I think doing a video series, taking people step by step, going deeper in some areas would be the next logical step.
So that's a good distinction, but most of the time we never want to have an upsell that is different just based upon modality, but also based on a different either experience or result, because that is a much more powerful factor as part of the upsell. Nasser, here's what I would like all of you to write down, okay? Please write down, a good upsell is the next logical step that your audience requires. Now that they've obtained this blueprint, yes, the upsell could be in the form of videos, but in terms of outcome and result, how can we make that distinction?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it could be, I take you by the hand, sort of walk through, to help you realize that goal with the garden. I'm not sure actually. So Leonard suggested how to plan their space, maybe. So that could be something like setting up the site. That could be something.
Okay, one very important principle for everyone to see here is, please write this next sentence down. We never want to take away the feeling or joy from that initial purchase. We still want to acknowledge and make them feel good about it. The last thing we want to do is to discount or say things that make them feel that the initial purchase was not the holy grail. And what we want to do is to acknowledge that it is the most amazing thing ever, but if you want to be able to solve the next problem, then this is the problem that most people at next level will face. Okay, so let's try that again. Let's identify the problem and let's introduce the solution. So let me give you a few different examples. This is how I just create upsells on the fly. Hey, this is Peng here, and I want to thank you for ordering your copy of Platform Closing. You're gonna realize that this book is going to give you the skill set as well as the confidence to close on any platform, online and offline. And a very common thing that people will tell me after they read this book is they'll say, Peng Joon, I love the strategies in this book, but the problem is, how can I actually utilize these skill sets if I don't have the network? What if I don't know the event organizers? What if I don't have any JV partners that will promote me or give me the opportunity to speak on these stages that you talk about. And I say that given this thing that is in our pockets today, this thing here has actually given us the opportunity to create our own platform. So what if I told you that the way you would put these strategies into practice would be to literally do it on Facebook Live, to fill up your own webinars, and to do presentations in your own room and not somebody else's room. Look, if you are somebody that wants to be able to fill up your own webinars, to be able to sell on social media, Facebook Live, and utilize the strategies that I teach in this book, that is what this next thing is all about. How do you actually fill up your own rooms and monetize and utilize these strategies that you're about to discover and sell on social media? And that's why I created this next training, which is basically to show you how you can solve problem here. So notice what I'm doing here. I am literally just thinking about the next problem that they face. So what would that be for you? If somebody bought your stuff, what is the next problem? Is it implementation? So let's do a few different examples. Guys, let me know in the chat, what do you think is the next problem that your audience would face? Okay, Nasser, we're going to come back to you in a second, but I'd like all of you to think about and identify what that problem would be for your market. Okay, 1 second, Nasser. So what we want to do here now is, before we upsell and say, and that's why I have my video series, we want to give them value first by showing them that the solution to the problem is actually this. Okay, so for example, okay, congratulations for investing in the So We Grow blueprint. You're going to absolutely love the strategies and the tactics and the steps that we're going to be revealing to you when it comes to building and growing your own gardening system from home. After having done this for a really long time, I've realized that there's always a percentage of people that want to be able to take things further to a whole new level, where they want to turn this not just into a hobby, not just utilize this process to save money, but to actually make money from it, either as a side hustle or as a business. Now, we all know that if something's a hobby versus a business, things has got to be done really differently. Now, ultimately, what is the main differentiator between a gardening hobby and a business? Well, it really comes down to this. So number one, are there systems in place? Is there automation? Do you have a way to fertilize your crops and sprinkle your crops and take care of irrigation and fertilization in a way that doesn't stress you out or kill you? When it comes to the business side of things, do you know where to source and list your crops so that you get the most out of every single crop that you plant? You see, the business side of things is a completely different thing, which is a whole new level. And that is why I created this next training called The Business of Gardening. Now, this blueprint, this training specializes in the business side of things. If you are somebody that wants to grow, automate, and scale, and take this side hustle or hobby into a full-fledged business where you actually make money from it, then right now below this video, you'll see this orange button that will allow you to upgrade your order, where I'm going to be giving you the training as well as the videos to show you exactly how you can turn this thing into a business. Now, it's not for everyone. It is only for those of you that's actually serious into taking things to a whole new level. This is how you constantly just work on your sales process to make it deeper.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me? We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if the right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below and my team will be in touch with you.